Hey everybody, I am here at Moon's Rare Books in Utah with Reed Moon. Thank you so much for your time, Reed.
I'm happy to show you around.
You're about to see it. Incredible for antiques, pop culture books. I'm going to get out of the way and let Reed take us through.
If we go back 35 years, I had no idea that you could be a treasure hunter full time, because that's literally what I do. I track down historical artifacts, literary artifacts, just treasures, things you would never expect that could be in private hands. And so if you look around, are we a museum or are we a bookstore? Well, we're kind of both. Half of the items are for sale. Half of the items are part of my permanent collection because I'm a collector too. But people want to buy my stuff. And I think I have the best job ever because my job description is travel the world, track down rare, cool books, documents, and artifacts. And when the bookstores are closed, I'm a foodie, and so I go to eat fun restaurants. So best life ever.
I love it.
We changed this display out. It's actually going to be changed out this afternoon, but we decided to go with a music theme. And I don't know of many places you can go and see the second record from WHBQ, the radio station that first played Elvis in Memphis. That's the pressing from the radio station. That's an original photograph of Elvis with his first manager. That is an Elvis little poster autograph. So, and then we have Sound of Music, the original album signed by Julie Andrews, Christopher Plummer, and everybody, with an actual program signed by the original Von Trapp family.
Oh my gosh.
So, I mean, Elvis, Von Trapp family. Michael Jackson's iconic hat signed, All My Love, 1998, and the tour jacket for stage security. I won't go in this depth on everything, but Beatles.
Oh my gosh.
Signed by Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr. Led Zeppelin 2, signed by everybody, all four, which you can't get, of course. That right there, you can't see that anywhere in the world.
Wow.
Just the first thing you see when you walk in.
We're just getting started.
But what books I have, I want to be first editions or unique. I mean, first edition Lord of the Rings, first edition Hobbit, first edition Silmarillion, the Chronicles of Narnia. Of course, we have Harry Potter, Jurassic Park. It's been out over 30 years. We have I've commissioned a lot of original paintings, and if you look up here, here's Tolkien imagining the Hobbit.
Wow.
That is a painting. And then we have a few movie props. You can see, I mean, those are orc and elf arrows, and we have the helmet, the elf helmet. That is an early copy of The Hobbit, and then a vest, Bilbo vest. So that is an original Harry Potter painting. If you're only going to do one painting of Harry Potter, you want the portrait gallery and you show all the characters. And there's a lot of Easter eggs in there. Voldemort's in there, but can you find him? Just one idea.
Oh, wow.
And then we have a couple of robes worn by the actors, Malfoy and Luna.
Wow.
We try to have affordable copies of books because we know everybody can't. We specialize in rare books, so we have affordable copies of some of the most iconic books. Try to stick with the top 100 all time. This is the outfit worn by John Malkovich in Man in the Iron Mask. And I sometimes put that on. John and I, same size, even the boots fit perfectly.
Wow.
And then over here, Chronicles of Narnia, that's Lucy's dress right there. The White Witch's sword right there. Well, and then here we have Don Quixote, the Hunchback of Notre Dame. We have a whole set. This whole is the Bronte sisters and Jane Austen, everything. And then we have Dickens and Shakespeare. Now, if you turn and take a look, I've recreated a small English village. That's where I get most of my books, the UK.
Wow.
And so through the looking glass is our children's literature room. So there you're going to find first edition Winnie the Pooh, first edition Cat in the Hat, first edition of the Secret Garden, Wizard of Oz, some of the most iconic children's books. Over here is all things European and UK history and early American history. Let's just come take an inside look. We're going to go inside. You can see we're set up like a museum, but it'll get crowded, but let's go in. I'm going to show you the types of things that you can't find.
Goodness.
Okay, a nightdress that belonged to Queen Victoria. How do we know it's Queen Victoria? There's her royal seal right there. Headlines of some of the most famous 20th century events. President Kennedy shot. End of World War II. Original photograph of Iwo Jima signed by Joe Rosenthal, who took the actual photograph. And then we had one of my fans say, hey, I was there. Here's some sand from Iwo Jima. So, you never know what you're going to see in here. This came from the Forbes collection, but this is a sword that Lincoln gave to his son Tad. Tad didn't live past 18, but that's a sword given by Lincoln. This was a witness to the signing of the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. This is from Independence Hall. It was remodeled 1898. They took this beam out. So that was there with all the founding fathers.
Wow.
Here, hold the founding fathers. There you go. That's as close as don't get a splinter though.
Wow. I almost wouldn't mind getting a splinter.
That was there in Philadelphia. First edition Phantom of the Opera. Wow. So again, you cannot absorb everything in one go. Pre-movies, they did what were called magic lantern slides, and they would have a kerosene lamp and shoot pictures up on the wall, and they had glass slides. I acquired a set of Alice in Wonderland, and I wanted some way to display it, so I know people who know people, so I commissioned a window. I had it incorporated, all of the scenes from Alice in Wonderland, into the window to our children's literature room.
Incredible.
I mean, that's an original Alice coming down the rabbit hole, original painting. And then Pinocchio, Secret Garden, Mary Poppins, Bambi, Sleeping Beauty, just lots of fun stuff.
Unbelievable. What's your feeling when you're out there hunting and you find something like this?
I still get excited.
Yeah.
Still get excited. For me, people say, what's your favorite book? I say, the next one. So
Love it.
we also have at the movies, everything, nothing is by chance. Even the ticket number means something. And I know some of your viewers will know that 24601 is Jean Valjean's number from Les Miserables.
Amazing.
And then signed movie posters. These you don't find replicas in here. Return of the Jedi's poster, right there from 1983. Avengers signed by the entire cast. Thor signed by the entire cast. We literally have a piece of Hogwarts right here. That was in the movie Hogwarts right here. Original Matrix poster. And check out the Indiana Jones. And what on the Titanic? There it is.
Oh my gosh.
Or right here, a deck chair from the Titanic. So, and then Night at the Museum, the Mayan diorama. There's one of the little characters from that. So little snippets from just pop culture history. Pirates of the Caribbean. What's on Captain Jack Sparrow's belt? The little shrunken head that he referred to as his mother is right here. It is in Provo, Utah, right here. We have some of the doubloons from the movie.
Wow.
Right there. In fact, there's a souvenir for your visit.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yeah, that is from the movie right there.
Wow, thank you.
That's a Quidditch robe signed by the entire cast. You can see Rupert Grint, Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson.
Could you tell us about those Daily Bugle papers back there?
Those are from Spider-Man. Those were on the movie set right there.
Oh my gosh.
And then you have storyboards for Harry Potter. Our local history here, and we have a printing press set up that shows how books were printed, a couple hundred years ago. First book ever printed, the Gutenberg Bible. Don't have one of those because there hasn't been one for sale in 40 years. But 600 years of Bibles in this room, including that big black book, a first edition King James Bible. Right there. This is where my collection is, and some of the books are for sale. but we literally go through a castle door with the original door. That is James I in Anne of Denmark, which dates this door 1603 to 1625. St. George slaying the dragon. The Ravens, Tower of London, very, very symbolic. This came out of a castle in Northumberland. And come on in.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
And so all of the art in here, except for one, I've commissioned. I have a good friend who does all of this art. We have Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven. We have Dante. You've heard of Dante's Inferno or the Divine Comedy right up there. And then you have Tolkien with some of the main characters. You got the Salem witch trials right there. I have a vault full of movie props, but I can't show some of them because of agreements I made, but I will show you a few. But first of all, this is the Reaping Bowl from Hunger Games.
Wow.
That is where names are pulled out right there. I don't know of any place you can go and see an original Albert Einstein letter. Anne Frank, signed by her father, showing that that is where the hiding place, that's the hiding place that was open. A ticket to the Hindenburg. Pablo Escobar wanted poster. 200-year-old copy of the Declaration of Independence, and a document signed by Napoleon. All of that's just right here in the back room. And then I have vaults filled. Oh, this is a vampire killing kit that's in here.
What?
A vampire killing kit. I mean, with the stakes, everything is in here.
Wow.
So, I've got a few goodies tucked away in here amongst the books. If you're a Star Wars fan, you recognize the X-Wing. There's 2 surviving X-Wings. There's no CGI back in the 70s, so these things are literally on a wire. There's one, there's another one. Here is the original face casting C-3PO from New Hope right there. You're not gonna find that. And then what's hiding back here?
And everything you're moving is probably just as rare and priceless.
First edition East of Eden, first edition Gone with the Wind, first edition Wizard of Oz, first edition Anne of Green Gables. But here we go. Ewok. Ask me what I am for Halloween. I'll do the rest of the tour like this.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, who has more fun than me?
Wow.
Oh, and here are the ones of Hermione, Ron, and Harry. And if you watch the movies closely, these change. They start out wooden, and they get more and more complicated or detailed. This is a whip that was made for Temple of Doom. I mean, it's one of the most iconic movie props. It's harder to use. The first time I tried it, I got a scar on my arm. Do you want to try to crack it on live?
Oh my gosh, yeah. If I get a scar, it's worth it.
Okay, I'm moving out of the way. That's a 10-foot long whip. I'm going between the 2 lights.
Right about here?
Yeah, but right there. One chance. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't show everything that is in here, but I've pulled a few of the goodies out. Again, one of the most recognizable props. A stormtrooper helmet, and this is from Rogue One. Pay attention to this part. This is what changes over the movies. And like New Hope, it's literally just a sticker. It's just stickers. But each costume designer wanted their own little take on it. So you can almost tell when you see a stormtrooper helmet which movie it's from by how it advances. One of the most ingenious props. You can look at this from inches away, and it looks like it's coming out of my hand. These were used in the movie Logan by Hugh Jackman.
Unbelievable.
From Phantom Menace, Yoda's staff.
Now stand aside, worthy adversary. 'Tis but a scratch. A scratch?
Back in 1975, I was in high school. Yes, I'm that old. All of a sudden, this movie came out, and everybody is quoting from it.
What makes you think she's a witch? Oh, she turned me into a newt. A newt.
And I think most of you still know the lines. Got better.
Got better.
Here it is. The book of the film.
Sir Lancelot the Brave. Sir Galahad the Pure.
Just the way this is made.
Here, you hold
You can
that.
tell it was low budget, but it's super cool and iconic. This is all done with pen, and if you get up close, and then some Kodak film, some photographs and everything, and Eric Idle, Sir Robin.
And Sir Robin, the not quite so brave as Sir Lancelot, who had nearly fought the Dragon of Angnor, who had nearly stood up to the vicious Chicken of Bristol, and who had personally wet himself at the Battle of Baden Hill.
Saw this book a few years ago and wrote, "This is amazing. This is authentic." Thank you, Eric Idle, aka Sir Robin. Sir Robin. So the whole of the UK is in mourning because the Monty Python book of the film is now in Provo, Utah, in my vault. But I show it to all Monty Python fans.
Incredible. Wow. So we've looked through a lot so far.
Yeah.
What is your personal favorite item?
It's hard to narrow it down, but I'm definitely a top 5. Some days it's number 1, but this will always be right there because, first of all, there's not one for sale in the world right now. It doesn't matter if you're Bill Gates, Elon Musk, you can't go buy a copy of this. This is the protective case, but this is a first edition set of Lord of the Rings.
Oh my gosh.
Now, you may be able to get a first edition set of Lord of the Rings, but what you won't get is a set that is signed J.R.R. Tolkien. All 3 volumes are signed with his elfish signature. That is absolutely one of the best in my collection. Signed Lord of the Rings.
That is chilling. Incredible.
Most people are familiar with the Harry Potter books. Well, that's the original Harry Potter right there.
Wow.
And it's the Philosopher's Stone. But this was on the set of the filming of the first one, and got a few signatures in here that it would be just impossible. Well, and this was signed before anybody knows who the characters are. And there it is, signed by Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, and Emma Watson. They all put their character names just in case you don't know who they are. Right there. Hard to believe that it's been 23 years. Or 23 years since it was signed, 22 years since the first movie came out.
Incredible.
Okay, so over here, that big Bible, that is a first edition King James, 1611. But right here, I have a King James Bible that belonged to King James. That's the King's copy right there. King James, King James. So, I mean, so Star Wars to King James.
You cover it all. This is
Try to have a
incredible.
little bit, make it fun. Yeah, if you want to see more of that, you can follow me on TikTok, Moon's Rare Books. Just about to hit 2 million followers in 13 months, so
Incredible.
it's going.
Incredible. Yeah, you've been on my radar for quite some time, and this has been a beyond bucket list visit. This is incredible, Reed. Thank you so much.
All right.
Absolutely. Moon's Rare Books in Utah. Come hang out. This is a wonderful place. And thank you again, Reed. This is amazing.
You're very welcome.
All right. Well, this was such an amazing tour, experience of a lifetime, and I couldn't go home without an antique book of my own. So I went ahead and got The World of Pooh. This is a first complete UK copy, and it is absolutely awesome. The art looks great. It's going to look great on my shelf. So thanks again to Reed for the tour. And guys, if you're in Utah, you need to come here. And honestly, no matter where you are in the world, it is worth the trip. Trust me. Moon's Rare Books. Check them out. And I can't wait to get home and display this. Well, you made it to the end of the video. Thanks for hanging out with me today. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And maybe check out one of my other videos listed here.